19 update. How many new cases are there today?
63 chứ.
Oh, 63. Yesterday only 40, right?
100 chiếc chứ.
Yeah, so today it increased a little bit.
No chứ.
So
Today discrete. Oh.
today what?
Chứ, I think yesterday is around 100 chứ.
Oh, really? Just the one. Oh, okay. Just see up and down, right? Yeah, up and down, up and down. So we are in the 20th of February even, right? Yeah, there is no visible ending yet. So everyone has to take precautions. Have you got the vaccination? Or not yet? Not yet, right? Some of you may have a vaccination because you can have vaccination because of your parent. Yeah, some of you maybe not yet. Even me, I haven't got a vaccination yet, but I think the teachers and lecturers will have vaccination soon. Again, maybe next week. All right. Nice chit-chatting. Today, what we plan to do for our subject IS309, Research Method in IR, today we will we will revise the concept, the difference of empiricism and interpretism very quickly, and then we will invite each group to present about their research topic, just research topics, and get the feedbacks from our classmates. In the second session, we will work on chapter 2, research questions and research design. Particularly, we will practice transforming the research topic into research questions. So that is our plan for today. So first, before we move to the presentations of the research topic, let us briefly review what we studied last sessions about the difference between empiricism and interpretivism. So can anyone tell the class what's the difference between empiricism and interpretivism?
Teacher,
Yes, please.
the difference is one different empiricism applies the natural science method of study in understanding the social world, while interpretivism, they say that they reject the natural science method in understanding the international politics.
Okay, very good point. Yes. So empiricism apply a natural science method in understanding the social world, like international politics, international relation issues. But interpretivism reject the application of natural science method in understanding social world. Why? Because interpretivism focus on what? Anyone remember? What does the interpretivism focus on?
It focuses on norm, cultures, value, symbolism, idea, belief, and also identity as well.
Very good. So in interpretivism, they focus on abstract ideas, including identity, norm, values, perceptions, especially perception for our topic, and social meanings embedded in international politics. Okay, right. Which is different from empiricism. which focus on what? What does empiricism focus on? Anyone remember?
Teacher, they focus on the cause and causal relation, the uh, like behavior or actors, something like that.
Okay, causal relationship, impact, behavior of international actor, right? Development, process, practices of international politics, right? Role. So you ask for role if you ask for motivations, okay? If you ask for reason why, and you ask for the process how thing happen, okay? It's all about the empirical topic. Very good. Okay, very good. So I think it's good to have a look at the practice that you did last time, um, last sessions. You practice creating uh, 6 research topics, 3 empirical topics, and 3 interpretive topics. So I think it's a good chance for us to have a look. And after the very quick presentation of the topic, I will ask our peer, our student here, to give feedback and comment. Please try to give feedback and comment, because when you give feedback to other, you learn from it. You internalize the concept. Okay. All right. So can I invite group 1 to prepare the share screen, to use the share screen? If you have a PowerPoint or Word file to show, please, yeah, and present it quickly. Yes.
Teacher, could you see my slide?
Yes, we see your slide clearly, please.
Okay, so we group 1 and we'll present you 3 topics about empirical and interpretive topics. So after discussion, we come up with 3 topics. The first one is about China's rise. The second one is international organization response to COVID-19 and human rights abuse in Myanmar. So for the empirical research question, empirical statement, we come that we want about China's rise. We want to study about the cause of Chinese economic miracle since Deng Xiaoping. And interpretive, we want to know and understand how globalization changed Chinese leader perception to market liberalization since Deng Xiaoping. And the second one, we want to examine the effective of WHO in responding to COVID-19, the curve of COVID-19 during the rise of populism across the world. Interpretive statement, we will want to understand how COVID-19 caused less confidence in WHO from sovereign states instead. The last one, after discussion, we come up with one. We want to explore how Myanmar political institution after their Navin military coup establishing there play a role in the first February coup. Interpretive, we want to understand how Navin in 1962 political ideology that come to military coup is the hindrance to current human rights development in Myanmar. Thank you, teacher.
Thank you very much. Can I invite our peer to give feedback? What do you think of this topic? What do you think of the empirical topic? And what do you think of the interpretive topic? Please go ahead. Can you enlarge your slide a little bit? Yes. The writing is a little bit small. Okay, good. Okay, so can I invite our classmate to give their feedback, comment? So can I invite Sun Hua to give comment? Sun Hua, what is your comment about this topic? Yes, Sun Hua, what do you think of this topic?
Sorry, teacher. I'm still thinking about it. Mm, I really don't have any feedback on it, actually.
Tell me one thing. Look at the second interpretive topic. I want to understand how COVID-19 devalue confidence in WHO from sovereign state. Do you think this topic is truly interpretive or not? Senhor, what is your answer? Senhor, what is your answer about this? The second interpretive topic here, is it truly interpretive or not? So giving common feedback is very important. Yeah, it shows that whether you understand it or not, you internalize the concept we study or not. Okay, right. So anyone else have any comment about this?
Hello, teacher. Can I
Yes, sure.
point my opinion? I think it's interpretive, teacher, because
Yeah, why?
because it show some like sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay. Anything else? How about the other topic? How about in general? Other topics? Do you think? How about empirical topic? Are they all right? For example, I want to examine the courses of Chinese economic miracle. I want to examine how effective WHO respond to COVID-19 in the age of the rise of populism. And I want to explore Myanmar political institutions that play a role in the first February coup. So what do you think?
Sure.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Sure, I
Yes.
want feedback on the China rise, the empirical one. I want to examine the cause of Chinese economic miracle. I think it is true because we study based on the the history and empirically when you study about something, you based on the historical factor and experience. So I think it is empirically and it is correct.
Okay, thank you. Good comment. Yes.
Hello, John.
Yes, please.
Regarding to the question about empirical, all the three topics, I consider it rightly. Yeah. And my point toward all of those topics the same like Dom, because they study about the cause and they study about the fact and the cause of the problem that lead to something. So example like they want to examine the causes of Chinese economic miracle, like Dom mentioned earlier. They speak about the historical past, and the last topic about the human rights abuse in Myanmar. They want to understand about the real thing, the political institution that lead to the military coup. So it means that they want to understand the cause, and Myanmar political institution is one of the cause that can be counted to play a major role in the first February coup. So that's why all the topic should be empirical. They are right. That's
Okay,
all.
good comment. Yes, very good comment. Thank you very much. Yes. All right, so they are all empirical. That's correct. Yes. How about interpretive one? Look at the interpretive one. I want to understand how globalization shifted Chinese leader perception toward market liberalization. The first one, is it okay? Is it interpretive?
Sure, can I
Sure.
can I give? Yeah.
Yes.
I think it is interpretive because it based on the shifting of perception. So it's like constructivism. In the past, you think differently, but in the present, you think differently, and in the future, your thinking might be differently as well. And it is associated with the idea of interpretation.
Yeah.
Teacher, I think you forgot to unmute.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. So yes, the first topic is truly interpretive, right? Because it focuses about the perception, right? Especially how the globalization transformed the perception of the Chinese leader about the market economy, right? Okay. So good point, Adam. And how about the second one, second interpretive? I want to understand how COVID-19 devalue confidence in WHO from several states. So what do you think of this topic? Do you think it's interpretive?
Sure. I think that it is interpretive because they want to understand the perception from the sovereign states toward the confidence. I mean, they want to study about the perception and confidence from the sovereign state toward the COVID-19 and specifically WHO.
Right. Well, I think this topic is a little bit vague in a way that you use the word devalue confidence in WHO. What do you mean by devalue confidence in WHO? It means that you make the state lose the confidence in the WHO, right? Right? Devalue confidence in WHO from sovereign state.
Yeah, teacher. By here,
Yeah.
I mean they lack confidence from how WHO respond to COVID-19.
Yeah. So your focus is not about the value or something. It just you use the term devalue here. It mean that you mean that decrease the confidence in the WHO from sovereign states. So this topic to some extent is empirical rather than interpretive, because you do not focus on perception, identity, or value or norm in the international politics. Okay. So you may need to refine this question again. And the last one, I want to understand how Navin political ideology is a hindrance to human rights development in contemporary Myanmar. What do you think, everyone, for the last interpretive topic here? Is it truly interpretive or not?
The last one, sure.
Yes, the last one.
Sure, I think it is truly imperative because, like, the imperative, it states that the reality is subjective. So people might think that, oh, Nevin political ideology is not a hindrance, and the other might think differently. Sure.
Well, in this context, yeah, well, if you look at that, but the concept of subjective here, we refer to the concept of abstract idea. Abstract idea like identity, like value, like norm are somehow subjective, right? Are subjective. That's why we call subjective reality. So reality for interpretivism refer to the value underlying value, underlying norm, underlying perception and identity that underscore the international event, right? So and these abstract ideas are subjective. So when we say subjective here, it does not mean that we refer that different people have different idea about the topic. In fact, any topic here, even empirical topic, different researchers also have different idea. You get it? Right. But if you focus on more physical content of international politics, physical form of international politics, such as course, effect, development, practices of international politics, your topic are empirical, right? Because you base on observations, empirical observation. But if you focus more on the abstract core idea, abstract core idea, such as identity, value, norm, social meaning underlying international event. These kind of core ideas are subjective, and we call it interpretive. So if you look at this one, I want to understand how Navin political ideology is a hindrance to human rights development in contemporary Myanmar. Actually, you do not focus on perceptions or on identity, but a key term here is about ideology. Ideology can be one of the physical content to some extent, right? It's not a norm, and it's not a value, right? It's not a value. So I suggest that so I think this topic is to some extent more empirical than the interpretive one. So again, I think we already studied, right? You all agree that interpretive topic focus on perception, on idea, on norm, right? On values and social meaning. Okay, so make sure that your interpretive topic focus on this abstract idea, and then otherwise they are empirical. Okay, otherwise they are empirical. Any comment or suggestion from the group member or the class? Go ahead. Well, if not, thank you very much, group one, and let's move to group two.
Teacher, so we need to change it, and what next?
Yes, yes, you refine them. Yes, especially interpretive topic number 2 and interpretive topic number 3. Okay, refine them to make it more interpretive. right?
And we show you next week or no, teacher?
Well, actually, in the second session, we will ask you to transform these topic into research questions. So before you transform these topic into research question, I think it's good you define them first. So you will do it along in the research question, right? Next session, not next week.
Thank you,
Right.
teacher.
Yes. Thank you very much. Let's move on to group 2. Please share the screen. Can you enlarge the topic? Yeah, especially topic. The group member is okay.
So you see my screen?
Yes, but it's a little bit small. The writing are small. Can you enlarge the page number? The page, please.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's better, much better.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and good evening, lecturer. I'm from group 2, and we have selected a set topic which focus on different era. And the first one, we focus on empiricism. And our first topic is I want to explore the root cause of South China Sea dispute. And the second one, I want to examine American society during Biden administration. And the last topic, our empiricism, which is I want to find out the reason behind the social unrest in Myanmar. And for our interpretism topic, we choose the topic number 1, which refer to I want to understand how trade war is viewed by ASEAN countries. And the second topic is I want to understand leader perception on human rights. And the last one is I want to understand how BOI is defined by liberals. So that's all for our topic.
Thank you very much. So any comment from the floor or feedback, please? So when you look at this topic, not just you consider whether they're empirical, they are interpretive, but also consider about the other aspect of research topic. For example, are they clear? Are they feasible? Are they researchable? Are they too broad or too specific? Okay, please think about it. So any comment? Yes, please.
I want to raise a comment about interpretivism or the topic number 2. They want to understand the leader perception on human rights. It's too broad because there are many leaders in the world.
Excuse me. Thanks for the question and for the comment. For the topic number 2, I think our group missed the word. I want for the topic we focus on ASEAN leader. That the full topic is I want to understand the perception of ASEAN leader towards human rights.
Yeah, I think so. But that comment is right. And so you just raised, you just clarified that you have to specify who's leader, right? ASEAN leader, okay, perception. Okay, good comment. They are, yeah, it's interpretivism. You focus on perception. Any other comments from the floor? So let's go one by one with me, everyone. Empiricism number 1. I want to explore the root cause South China Sea dispute. Is it okay? Empirical, researchable. Okay. Number 2, I want to examine American society during Biden administration. Is that okay?
No, sir.
Why?
So I think the Biden is just coming to be a president. I think it's very difficult for them to do a research. And also American society is very too broad.
Yeah.
Because we have to go there to collect the data. Something is very, I think it's very broad.
Yeah,
in this
very
case, in this.
good comment. Yeah, Chai Long, you're right. By yeah, Biden administration just came to the office, so it's too early to know the impact, right, on American society and even American society itself. What do you want to look at American society, right? But it's okay. Now, if you can keep it if you want, but when you transform into research question, then you have to uh, specify American society. But again, Biden administration is too early. If you look at Donald Trump administration, I think it's better, right? Yeah, because at least he spent one mandate as a president. Yes. Okay. Number 3, I want to find out the reason behind the social unrest in Myanmar. Is that okay?
Teacher, I think the topic researchable, but it's unclear. We don't know which social unrest or 1988 or current social unrest. We don't know, so it's vague.
The current social unrest, right? Okay, maybe you can just add like current social unrest, right, to be clear about that. Okay. Good comment. All right. So how about interpretive wisdom? First one, I want to understand how trade war is viewed by ASEAN country. Trade war. What kind of trade war between which country and which country? U.S., China, right? Yeah. So it's okay. Is it interpretive, everyone? So view here mean pursue, right? Mean perception. In other words, you want to know ASEAN perception on the US-China trade war, maybe, right? You want to make it clear. 2, I want to understand ASEAN leader perception, you went right, okay? 3, I want to understand how BOI is defined by liberal. Well, defined by liberal, well, I think the word define, well, we should not use the word define. How scholar define, how people define the term, it's not as important, right? If you want to make it clearly empirical, you have to say perception, perceive, right? How do the who do you refer to liberal here? Maybe you have to define, right? The liberal, right? Who are the liberal? So you can refine it. You want to understand how the liberal pursue BOI. Okay, it's better to use define because the word define is, you define it in one sentence, right? Pursue is better. Okay, you pursue means you think about it, right? You conceptualize about it rather than just to define. But define is physical work, action. Yeah, physical action. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Group 2. They're very good topic. You can just refine or edit 1 or 2 questions. Okay. Let's move on to group 3 then. Can you enlarge it, please?
Hello, lecturer. Could you see the screen sharing?
No.
No, right now, not yet, right? I think everyone else just the same like me, right? You don't see the share screen, right?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, wait, lecturer. Did you see it now?
Yeah, I see.
Yes. Can you enlarge your writing, the font? Yes.
We have 6 of the topics which are empirical and interpretive topic. So empirical topic, which are first one is figure out how international and ASEAN community respond to Myanmar coup, and the second one is the examine the way Thai military and economy after 2014 coup, unlike Myanmar. And the last one is examine whether gun control law in the U.S. really have reducing violence, crimes, and massacres. Sorry if I pronounce wrong. And the interpretive topic, we also have 3. The first one is I want to understand the motive behind vaccines diplomacy of the developing country during COVID-19 crisis. The second one, I want to understand perception of clothes joined by America under Joe Biden presidency toward Indo-Pacific region. And the last one is I want to understand the non-climate state perception toward the South China Sea dispute. This is all of our topics.
Okay, thank you. So let's hear the comment from the floor, please. Interesting topic. I hope you have a lot of comment about that.
Teacher, the topic I want to examine whether gun control laws in the US really have reducing gun violent crimes and massacre. I think the topic is searchable, but it's not possible to do research because there's no gun control law in the US. The Second Amendment defends their right to bear their arms. So it's hard to measure, to test, and further, you need to collect a lot of data because it's widely general in the US, but maybe can uh, narrow the scope to only a certain state they have gun control law. Maybe they can be searchable.
Very good comment. So you want to say, okay, gun control law has not happened yet, right? So it's very difficult to study whether it will reduce the violence or crime or massacre. But you can have a predictory study, right, if you want. Or you want to study perception about the possible perception and perception about possible gun control law, for example.
Hello, teacher.
Yes.
I have an opinion on that too because maybe they can compare it with the other country uh, who apply gun control laws, maybe like China, rather than mass shooting. Maybe like they have some kind of mass stabbing like that.
Then still you cannot say this will happen in the United States, right? So you have to put it straight away about the case of the gun control in China, for example, right?
Yeah, but they can use it as case study and to maybe to predict,
right,
and from various countries that has
yes.
applied gun control law.
Yeah. Very good comment. Yes. Any other comment, everyone? How about the interpretive topic? Are they all fine? So the first interpretive topic, I want to understand the motive behind vaccine diplomacy of the developed countries during COVID-19 crisis. Is that all right? Is it interpretive? You focus on motivation, you focus on motive. It's more empirical, it's not interpretive, right? Interpretive, you focus on perception, for example, number 2, number 3, yes, they're fine. But if you talk about the motive, a motive of the international actor in an international practice, it's not the interpretive, it's empirical. Okay. The second one, I want to understand perception of Quad joined by America under Biden presidency toward Indo-Pacific region. I think it's similar to the comment from our peer just mentioned. One, Quad is very new. It's not happening yet. Just started. Yes, just started. And you have to specify whose perception is that, right? And of course, this one is interpretive topic. And the third one, I want to understand the non-claimant state perceptions toward the South China Sea dispute. I think it's all right. This is a good topic. Yes. Any other comment or feedback, everyone? Yeah, if not, let's move on to group 4. Thank you, group 3. Yes.
Hello, Chair. Can you see it, Chair?
Yes, we see it now.
Okay, so let me start off from the left side, empiricism. The first one is I want to investigate the minimum wage effects on teenage employment. I want to find the root. I want to find the causes of the violence against Rohingya ethnic. I want to explore the situation in Myanmar, which leads to a military coup. And the right side, interpretivism. We want to understand the perception of DAS students toward online learning during COVID-19. I want to understand the international community perception regarding the recent Asian American hate crime. I want to understand the perception of students toward the new way of learning, online learning. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So any comment from our group peer, everyone, please? You encourage to give comment, because when you give comment, you learn yourself, yeah, about concept of empiricism and interpretivism. So please give comment.
I have two, teacher.
Yes.
Interpretivism, the first one and the third one, I think yes, it's interpretivism. However, I think we study IO, so it's not related, but it's researchable and it's correct, I think.
Okay, right. Thank you, Gavin. How about the other? Anyone else, please? Do you, for example, like empirical, are they all right? I want to investigate minimum wage effect on teenage employment. I want to find causes of violence against Rohingya ethnic. I want to explore the situation in Myanmar, which leads to a military coup. I think the third topic, similar to what you want to say, I want to explore the causes of the military coup, right? Right. So make it short and easy to understand rather than the situation in Myanmar, which lead to military coup. You want to understand the causes of military coup in Myanmar.
Yes, Chair. For that one, the military coup is very sudden.
Yeah. That's why
So we want to know the situation. Is it peaceful? Is it somehow chaos or something? Yeah, sure, like that, sure.
Yeah, I think this one is presumably you want to know the cause of the coup, a sudden coup. Okay, but the coup is always a sudden. Otherwise, we don't call it coup, right? Yeah, the coup is always sudden and secret, right? And secret, right? Okay.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Mm. All right, but one thing, what do you mean by teenage employment? You mean child labor?
No, sure. For that one, I want to prefer youth. Yeah, sure, yeah, like university student, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, not employment, sure. We use the wrong wording, sure. I'm sorry.
Teenager means from 13 to 19.
Yeah, sure, yeah, sure.
18, if you are 18, you are 19, it's okay. It's not a child labor, right? Because you are mature, you have the right according to the law, right? You are 18, you are eligible to work. And how about interpretivism, everyone? Have a look at interpretivism. We want to understand perception of the IS student. But I feel topic interpretivism number 1 and number 3 are similar, right? One is the IS student, the other also student, but not the IS, right? Yes, but still about online student perception about online education, right? Which is very similar, right? But like Davin just mentioned, it's not so much IR because it's not international. If you want to make international, maybe you can just add international student perception, right? It becomes international, right? Okay, no problem. And how about the second one? I want to understand international community perception. Okay, regarding recent ASEAN American hate crime. Okay, I see. All right, but when you transform into research question, you have to specify international community because international community is very broad. What do you mean? International organizations, foreign country. Okay, so we have to specify. If a foreign country, which country? If it's international organization, which international organization? Because the international community is very broad. Okay, very good one. So let's move on. So you can define based on the comment we made. Let's move on to group 5, right? Yeah, group 5.
Excuse me, like, can you see my share screen?
Yeah, we see it, but it's a little bit small. Can you enlarge your writing? A little font? Yes. You can enlarge the screen. Yeah, zoom in.
Okay, hello teacher and hello everyone. So we are from group 5 and for our topics, we have curated into two specific issues, which are the military coup inside Myanmar and the rise of anti-Asian hate crime in the US. So for empirical, we have, first of all, I want to explore the root causes of people protesting in the current military coup in Myanmar. Second, I want to examine the influence of military coup towards Myanmar democracy. And third, I want to examine the rise of anti-Asian hate crimes in the time of the pandemic. And for interpretative, we have, first of all, I want to understand the US perception of the anti-Asian hate crime in the US. Second, I want to understand whether Myanmar military coup and China share connection with each other against the ongoing protests. And lastly, I want to understand the perception of Asian people towards anti-Asian hate crime. And that's it. Thank you.
All right. So any comment from our peer, please? our classmate. Go ahead. No comment?
Hello, teacher.
Yes.
I don't know, but I think that the empirical topic one isn't it a little too narrow?
Which one?
Number one. I want to explore the root causes of people protesting in the current military coup in Myanmar.
Okay. Thank you for the comment. Very good comment. Yes. Any other comment, everyone?
Sure. About interpretive topic number 2, I want to understand whether Myanmar military coups and China share connection. I think they should study about the Chinese perception toward the military coup in China, because somehow, yeah, we already know that China maybe have influence in the military government in Myanmar, but they should study about the perception of China.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Good comment. Yes. Because otherwise, it's not. This one is. Birabot, go ahead, Birabot.
Yes, teacher, I want to ask the first commenter, why do you think that our empirical topic is narrow?
The first one, right?
Yes.
I think because the protest itself is the topic itself is self-explanatory, because we all know that because of the coup they are protesting for democracy. But it's just my opinion, because I think it's too narrow.
Thank you. Well, it's not too narrow, but it's too obvious, right? It's too obvious, right? Because the cause of the protest is the military coup, right? Military coup leads to the protest of the people. Yeah. So, but okay, you can say other courses. Yeah, if you want to explore the other courses, still you can keep the topic if you want. Right? But one of the obvious answer to this question is ability coup itself. So the second empirical, I think it's fine, but I feel that there is a lack of variety, because there are only two topics here. It's about Myanmar and hate crime, right? All the 6 topics here come from 2 themes. One is Myanmar issue and a crisis, and another one is hate crime in the United States, right? So empirical are fine, and interpretive, yes, interpretive, I think number 1, number 3, you focus on perception, they are fine. Perception of the US, perception of ASEAN people. But the second one, you don't focus on perception. So this topic can be empirical. If you want to know, for example, I want to understand whether China play a role in the Myanmar coup, military coup. This is empirical. But if you change it to what our member comment here, to focus on the Chinese perception on the Myanmar military coup, it will be interpretive. Right? But if you don't change, this is if you want to keep this topic is more like empirical. It's empirical, and also I feel it's a little bit long. Yes, because it's a little bit long. You can make it short. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Group 5. Very good. Yeah. Please edit this question accordingly. So now let's move to Group 6. Yes.
So hello, Cha. Here is our group 6 topic. So
can you enlarge the slide a little bit? Yes.
Yes, I already enlarged it.
Put on the slideshow. Yes, very good.
Yeah. So here are our group topics. So the first we're gonna talk about the empirical, and empirical mostly we will talk about the understanding. Like the first one, we will talk about the understanding the cause of Arab Spring, and then following by the understand the root cause of Singapore miracle economy, and we also want to understand about the driving force behind Southeast Asia democratic movement. And this is all of our empirical topic. And for interpretive topic, we will focus on the perception. First is Cambodian perception on receiving the Chinese vaccine, Sinovac, and Indian vaccine, AstraZeneca, in Phnom Penh area. We want to scope only in Phnom Penh area so that we can easily find the data. And the second one is the perceptions of BIS students toward Biden's strategies for the COVID-19 response and pandemic preparedness. And the last one is also the perception too, which is IELTS students' perception on human rights development in ASEAN. This is all of our topics from Group 6, Chair.
Thank you very much, Group 6. Any comment from our peer, please? So if you look at empirical, the first one, understanding about the cause of Arab Spring is fine, right? Understand the root cause. Number 2, Singapore miracle economy, economic miracle. Yeah, Singapore economic miracle. Understand the driving force behind Southeast Asian democratic movement. Are they all fine? 3 here. But be careful. Democratic movement in Southeast Asia, but some country in Southeast Asia are not democratic, right? For example, like Vietnam, Laos.
Yes,
other country, yeah, it's the de facto democracy, whether Thailand, Cambodia, Myanmar right now is problematic. Okay, right. So you need to specify and interpret to Cambodian perception of receiving. Yes, you can say yes on vaccines from China and India. DIS student perception about Biden's strategy. Okay. IR student perception on human rights development in ASEAN. Yes, again, in the research question, you can specify which ASEAN country, but here, that's fine. You can keep it here like this one. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Group 6. Good topic.
Thank you, Cha. But Cha, I do have one question.
Yes, please.
Like for the next sessions, we will work on research questions for all of those 6 topics, or just only the 6 that we choose?
All the 6 topics first. It's kind of practicing, and we do the practice.
Yeah, and for the research questions, we do for two questions, right, Cha?
For what?
Research question. How many research questions that we need for each topic?
For each topic, we need to have only one research question.
Okay. Right? Yes, sir.
That align with the topic. Okay.
Yes, right. Sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right. Very good, everyone. Yes, you can take off the share screen. Turn off the share screen. Very good job. Yes. Don't forget to save this file into portfolio folder. Because you have to submit the portfolio folder at the end of the semester, and it's a collection of the material that you create throughout the whole semester in IS309. So this is one of them. Okay, and in the second session, we'll create another file, research question. Okay, file. And then after we complete that task, you save it again into portfolio folder. So it's a accumulation, collection of what we have done. Okay, we are going to have a break, but let me check attendance before we have a break for the first sessions. So say not here.
I'm here, Tom.
Yes. Okay. This way. Odom.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
11
Yes, sir.
Sịa Nán.
Yes, sir.
Chai Long.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sok Panya.
Yes, like.
Dalin.
Yes, sir.
Dane.
She asked for permission for today, like.
Okay. Sorry. Panyarot.
Yeah, teacher.
Bormai.
Yes, like.
Dahlia. Sorry, Pujata.
Yes, like.
Okay, Pujata here. Dahlia. Monitor is not here, right?
She also asked for permission, like.
Yeah. Yes, okay. And Prasati.
Yes, teacher.
Sripik.
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Samnang.
I'm here, sir. I'm here.
Vibol.
Yeah, teacher. Yeah, teacher.
Puthirat.
Yes, sure.
Which mean?
She asked for permission for today.
Yeah. Kanita. Absent. Kuang.
Yes, sir.
Reni.
Yes, teacher.
Sunhua.
Yes, teacher.
Vĩ Miến.
Yes, teacher.
Vô Sông Tây.
Yes, teacher.
Rang Sấy.
Yes. Yes, like.
Thi Đá.
Yes, like.
Việt Bót.
Yes, teacher.
Trần Đàn Niết.
Yes, I'm here.
Satikun.
Yes, yes, chair.
Kệ Tì Giá.
Yes, sir.
Satchanit.
Yes, sir.
Senesa.
Yes, teacher.
Radavin.
I'm here, teacher.
Rathirit.
Yes, I'm here, teacher.
Sovisal.
Yes, I'm here, teacher.
Manirot. Chan Manirot. Not here, right?
I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I'm here. Yes.
Right. Jordan.
Hello, teacher.
Are you
Jordan
Jordan?
informed me that no, sir. He informed me that he can't join the meeting. Sir.
Oh, he cannot join, right? Okay. Supiatna
Yes, like.
and Sujita. Lee Sujita. Absent. Okay, if you don't hear your name, please let me know, right? So we have our absentee, including Sujita, Jordan, Kanita, which mean Dahlia, and Dane. Okay, yes. Okay, thank you very much. Let's have a 20-minute break, right? And we come back at 7:20. Okay, so see you next, everyone.